advanced level ICT networking past paper question, right? In part 2. So here, consider the following scenario. They have given you a scenario, right? The XYZ company has 6 departments, right? So it has 6 departments, namely production, accounts, sales, administration, maintenance, and information technology services. The following table shows the number of computers available in each of the departments. So you take the production, 25 computers, accounts 30, sales 18, administration 30, maintenance 25, then IT services 28. Each department needs to have their own local area network LAN. A network administrator has received a Class C IP address block, which is 192.248.150.0/24. It is required to subnet the IP address block to satisfy the requirement of each department and allocate IP addresses to them. So the first question is, how many addresses are available in the IP address block? That is the first question they have tested. So let me write down the IP address. So now here, if you consider these, let me show that the IP address is 192.248, right? One 92.248 dot 154 dot 0 0/24. Right. This is the IP address block they have given, right? So here, if you consider this IP address block 192.248.154.0/24, this 24 represents the network bits. Network bits, right? So it represents the network bits. So how many network bits are there? 24 network bits are there. So we know here we have 8 bits, right? So here we have 8 bits, then here 8 bits, then here 8 bits, right? So the 8 plus 8 plus 8 will give you 24. So this contains 8 bits. So all these 8 bits are what? So all these 8 bits will be for the host. All these remaining 8 bits will be for the host. So these are going to be host bits. So if you are going to find the number of IP addresses, what you need to do? So it's going to be 2 to the power number of host bits. So here 2 to the power 8. 2 to the power 8. So it is going to be 256 addresses. 256 addresses. That is the answer for the first one, right? So first question they are asking, 256 IP addresses will be the answer. How many addresses are available in the IP address block? So you can say 256, that is 2 to the power 8. And say 256 addresses. Right. So now let us move on to the next question. In the next one, they are asking, what are the first and the last addresses of the IP address block? They are asking the first and the last addresses of the IP address block, right? So here the first address is going to be this one itself. So let me show that. So it's going to be the first address is going to be 192.248.154.154.0. Then when it comes to the last address, now we know that already we have I have taught you in the when I discussed the first question. So here this is allocated for the net, right? And this is allocated for the net, right? So let me wait, give me a second, right? Right, so this is for the net, because we found that in the address block they had given 24 network bits. So this 8 bits for the net, so this 8 bits for the net, and this 8 bits for the net. So this remaining 8 bits will be for the host, Then what you need to do to find the last address, you must make all the 8 host bits as 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then you need to convert this to decimal. So here it's going to be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 128. So you must get the summation of all these, right? So how did I get 1 here? 2 to the power 0 is 1, 2 to the power 1 is 2, 2 to the power 2 is 4, 2 to the power 3 is 8, like that, okay? So once you get this, convert this into decimal, you will be getting 255 as the last address, right? You can convert and see, right? So while I am teaching, you need to take a piece of paper and try this. That's up to you. So last address is going to be 255 addresses. Sorry, the last address is going to be 192, 192.248, 240.154.255. So what did I do? Simply I converted all the host bits to 1. Then what you need to do, you need to make all the host bits as 1 to find the last address. If it is the first address, you must make all the host bits into 0. If it is the last last address, you need to make all the host bits into 1. Then convert this binary to decimal, right? So that's how to do this, right? So we are done with that as well. So now let us move on to the next question. So here in the next question, they're asking how many host bits are required to create the required subnets? How many host bits are required to create the required subnet? So here they have clearly stated that the XY company has 6 departments, namely production, accounts, sales, administration, maintenance, and information technology services. So you are required to create 6, right? You are required to create 6. So here they're asking how many host bits are required to create the required subnet. So 6 subnets are required here. So if I take now how to create that, so we have the host bits, right? Now I have already taught you now that if you take the allocated IP address range that is given 192.248.154.0.0/24. Now this 24 represents the network bits. So here 8, here 8, here 8, 8 plus 8 plus 8 is going to be 24. So here we have remaining 8 bits. So that is representing the host bits. So there are 8 host bits. So using these 8 host bits only, we can create the subnets. So if I need to create 6, if I take 6 subnets are required to be created. So if I take 2 host bits, can I create 6? So 2 to the power 2 is 4. So still we don't meet the requirement. So but if I take 3 host bits to make the subnet, so 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3 is going to be 8. So we can take 8 here. We can take 3 bits. We can take 3 host bits to meet this requirement, right? To make this requirement. So the answer for that. And also if we take 3 bits for that purpose, if we take 3 bits for that purpose to create the subnets, so 8 minus 3 is going to be 5. So to find the number of IP addresses that is belong to each subnet, what can we do? 2 to the power 5 is going to be 32. 2 to the power 5 is going to be 32 IP addresses, but the usable IP addresses are 30 because network and broadcast cannot be taken. Therefore, we need to find whether these number of computers are 30 or less than 30. Yes, okay, fine. Now look here. So in each subnets, we can allocate 30 IP addresses. So 30 computers can be allocated. Therefore, that answer is suitable, right? So 3 bits can be taken. The answer for that is 3 bits. 3 bits. They're asking a number of host bits, right? So that's going to be 3. That's going to be 3 host bits are required. 3 host bits